Vishnupurana. Days for monthly oblations. A Shradha carried out with devotion pleases the entire world including human beings, Brahma, Indra, Rudra, Ashwini Kumars, Surya, Agni, Vasugana, Marugana, Vishwadeva, Pitragana, birds, animals, reptiles, sages and of course the dead ancestors. Moonless and 8th day in the darker phase of every lunar month are considered the best days for offering oblations to the dead ancestors. Apart from these two, 3rd day in the brighter phase of Shark, 9th day in brighter phase of Kartik, 13th day in the darker phase of Bhadrapad, and Amavasya of Ma also considered excellent. During lunar and solar eclipses also, oblations should be made, with water and sesame seeds. If Shatabhisha Nakshatra occurs on Amavasya of Ma, it is considered an excellent conjugation for offering oblations to dead ancestors. Bathing in rivers like Ganga, Sutlej, Yamuna, Vipasha, Saraswati, Gomti, Godavari etc., while making oblations is also said to be extremely benefiting. It is not necessary also to show great pomp and show while making oblations. If one doesn't have enough money to offer oblations properly, he may simply pray the sun saying that he is not fortunate enough to have wealth. Thus, his ancestors would be pleased by his devotion alone. Method for oblations. While making oblations to the dead ancestors, one should feed his near and dear ones, as well as learned Brahmins who respect their parents. Intimacy with women is barred for those who have taken food in an oblation. Any guest who happens to arrive unexpectedly and uninvited should be treated well. Before feeding, plain cereals should be offered, thrice to the fire reciting following hymns. Agni Kavya Vahane Swaha. Same Pitramate Swaha. Vaivasvate Swaha. Remaining cereals then should be served, with the food to the Brahmins, and some parts should also be cast on earth, and water should be offered on them. After the feast, the Brahmins should be seen off, with respect. The host should then take food, along with his family. Anger, overenthusiasm and walking on the street is forbidden, for the host during oblation period. Do's and don'ts during oblation. Oblation with flesh of fish, rabbit, mongoose, hog, deer, gram flour and cereals cause extreme satisfaction for the ancestors. But in modern Kali Yuga, all types of flesh are forbidden in oblation rituals. Only cereals, milk, honey, etc., are allowed. Offering of oblation in Gaya, a place of pilgrimage in Bihar, is said to save all the ancestors. Barley, wheat, rice, sesame seeds, peas, and mustard are the common cereals and grains used in oblations. Offering of oblation is a sacred affair. During the procedure, care should be taken that an eunuch, chandala, sinner, impostor, patient, cock, dog, a naked person, monkey, pigs, a woman in menses, and anybody in whose house a death or birth has occurred, should not see the performer. Otherwise neither the deities nor the ancestors would accept the oblations. Water used in oblation should also be free from odor and foam. Milk of camel, sheep, doe and buffalo should not be used in oblations. Before beginning the ritual, drive out the evil spirits from the selected piece of land. It should be cut off from outside influences, through enclosures. The battle of gods and demons. Rig, Sama and Yajurveda are like the clothes of Hindu society. Those who give them up are in fact naked. This statement is endorsed by the following tale. Once upon a time, a battle occurred between the demons and the gods. It lasted for 100 years, at the end of which period, the demons defeated the gods. The humiliated gods reached Kshirosagar, and prayed Lord Vishnu. Pleased by their prayers, Lord Vishnu appeared before the gods. All the gods greeted him and said, "O Lord! In sheer violation of Brahma's dictate, formidable demons have kidnapped even our due shares, offered in the oblations. Protect us from the onslaught of the demons. We cannot kill them because they abide by their religion. Kindly show us a way to kill the demons." Hearing the pleas of the gods, Lord Vishnu produced Mayamoha from his body and giving them to the gods, said, "Mayamoha will cause illusion in the minds of the demons. The illusion will influence the demons to violate the paths shown by the Vedas. You can kill them after that." Saying this, the Lord disappeared. The gods took Mayamoha and reached the abode of the demons. Dialogue of Mayamoha with demons. Mayamoha was produced in a naked form. It reached the bank of Narmada and saw the demons observing penance there. The naked Mayamoha then approached them and said in a sweet voice, "O demons! What is the purpose of your penance?" The demons said, "We are observing penance to achieve the metaphysical world." Mayamoha said, "If you long for salvation, do as I suggest. Follow the religion, which is like an open gate to salvation." With such sweet talk, Mayamoha began to illumine the demons' mind. Mayamoha confused them further, saying, "O demons, if you long for salvation or a place in the heaven, give up sacrificing animals, and attain enlightenment. It is wrong notion to say that violence is the religious path. Offering of oblations in fire is also childish. Even an animal which eats green grass is better than Indra, who is obliged to eat wood, despite attaining that position after hundreds of great yajas. If an animal which is sacrificed in yaja attains heaven, performer of yaja would have killed his own father." Thus with these witty talks, Mayamoha deviated the demons from the righteous path, because of which they lost interest in Vedas. Once it was achieved, the gods attacked the demons with full preparations. Ultimately, many demons were killed, whereas those who remained came to be known as naked because they no longer followed the teachings of Vedas. Thus, anybody who does not practice the teachings of Vedas in his life is known as naked. Those who do not take to vanaprastha or sannyas after the completion of grihastha ashrama are naked. Tale of Shetadanu. In the ancient times, there was a king named Shetadanu. His queen Shavya was a righteous and religious woman. The king and the queen had worshipped Lord Vishnu, observing severe penance. On the full moon day in the month of Kartik, when the king and queen came out of the Ganges after taking bath, they happened to see an impostor Brahmin, who was coming from the opposite direction. The Brahmin was a friend of the king's teacher. So, the king treated the Brahmin with respect. But his chaste wife did not show any respect for the impostor, and kept silent all through the talk. She then had a sight of the sun, to expiate for the meeting with an impostor. On their return to the palace, the king and the queen worshipped Lord Vishnu with proper rituals. In due course, the king died. The queen also committed sati. Since the king had committed the sin of talking to an impostor during his penance, he took birth in a dog form, whereas Queen Shavya took birth as the daughter of a Kashi king. She was extremely beautiful, and knew everything about her previous birth. When her father decided to marry her off, she respectfully refused, for she knew that her previous birth husband was roaming the streets and lanes of Vidisha as a dog. The princess of Kashi then reached Vidisha, and found out that dog was in fact King Shetadanu. She fed the dog with delicious food to eat, after which the dog began to wag its tail and show humility before the princess. The princess saluted the dog, and narrated the whole thing to it, that it was because of his sin of talking to an impostor during penance, that he had to take birth as a dog. Thus, reminded by the princess, the dog contemplated for long on the events of his previous birth. He grew so sad that he gave up the dog form, on the outskirts of the town. In his next birth, however, he was born as a jackal. Again the princess came to know that the jackal was King Shatadanu and asked him whether he continued to talk to the impostor after their conversation in the previous birth. Only then, King Shatadanu came to realize his mistake. He then observed fast till death. But in his next birth, he was born as a wolf. Again the princess reminded him of his previous birth. The kings became a vulture in his next birth. After that, he took birth in crow form, and then as a peacock. During that time, King Janaka was organizing an Ashwamedha Yajna. In the Yajna, the peacock was also given a ceremonial bath by the princess. During the bath, the princess reminded the peacock, King Shatadanu, of his previous birth. The peacock too died, and took next birth as the son of King Janaka. It was only after the birth of King Janaka's son that the princess told her father to organize a Swayamvara for her. In the Swayamvara, the prince also arrived. The princess accepted him respectfully as her husband. Description of VAIVASVAT Manu's lineage. Lineage of VAIVASVAT Manu finds its origin at Brahma. Brahma was the first to appear from Lord Vishnu, who is the primitive cause for the whole creation. From the right thumb of Brahma, Dakshur Prajapati appeared. Dakshur produced Aditi and Aditi produced Vaivasvan. Manu was the son of Vaivasvan. Ikshvaku, Nrig, Grishth, Sharati, Narashayant, Pranzu, Nabag, Dishta, Karab and Prishadra are the 10 sons of Manu. With a desire for a son, Manu organized a yajna to please the deities Mitra and Varuna. But during the yajna, because of a wrong resolution of Ablata, a daughter named Ila was born to them. But by the grace of Mitra Varuna, she got masculine appearance and a name Sudyumna. Later, by the wrath of Lord Shiva, Sudyumna was converted into a woman. In woman form when Sudyumna was roaming near the hermitage of Buddha, the son of Chandrama, her beauty infatuated Buddha. As a result of their union, a son Purariva was born. Even after the birth of Purariva, Sudyumna could not give up his temptation to be a man again. Hence, learned sages organized a yajna for Sudyumna and got him converted into a man again. In masculine form, Sudyumna produced 3 sons Utkal, Gaya, and Vinat. Manu had presented a town named Pratishtha to Sudyumna, which he later on presented to Purariva. Purariva's progenies spread in all directions and acquired Kshatriya caste. Manu's son, Prishadra, became a Shudra because of killing a cow of his teacher. Manu's another son, Karash, produced an exceptionally strong Kshatriya named Karash. Lineage of Dishta grew as follows: Nabag, Balbandan, Kirtaman, Vatsapreti, Pranzu, Prajapati, Kanatra, Chagzush, Vimba, Vivimbak, Kanintra, Ativibhuti, Karandam, Avikshit, Marat. Marat had a son, Narashayant. Lineage of Narashayant grew as follows: Dhamma, Rajvatkan, Suvridi, Kaval, Sukriti, Nara, Chandra, Kaval, Bandhuman, Vegvn, Buddha, Trinvindu. Trinvindu had a daughter Ilavla and a son Vishal. Vishal later founded Vishala. Lineage of Vishal grew as follows: Hemchandra, Chandra, Dhamraksh, Srinjay, Sahadv, Krishasva, Somadatta, Janmajaya, Sumati. Manu's son Sharati had a daughter, Sukanya, who was married to sage Kaivan in peculiar circumstances. Anat was the son of Sharati. Anat had a son Raivat, who founded his capital at Kushasthali and ruled his kingdom on earth. Raivat had 100 sons, the eldest among whom was Kakudmi. He had a daughter Eviti. Vaivat took Revati with him and approached Brahma, who asked about a suitable match for her. At that time, Gandharvas were singing near Brahma. Vaivat listened to their songs intently, and forgot about the passage of time. Many ages passed like that, but Vaivat felt as if only an hour had passed. When the Gandharvas stopped singing, Vaivat once again asked Brahma about a suitable match for Revati. Brahma asked Vaivat about his own choices first. Vaivat counted the names of many deserving princes and kings, all of whom belonged to earth. Brahma said, smiling, "No one even in the progeny of these people is alive on earth, because, listening to the Gandharvas' songs, you have passed 4 ages. Presently even the age of 18th Manu is about to end on earth and Kali Yuga is about to start." These words frightened Vaivat, who greeted Brahma and asked, "O Lord, now tell me, to whom should I marry Revati to?" Brahma said, "That unborn all-pervasive Parmeshwar, Lord Vishnu, had taken an incarnation on earth. O king, your capital at Kushasthali, which was equal to Indra's abode Revati, is now Dwarkapuri. In that Dwarkapuri stays Baldv, who is a part of Lord Vishnu. Marry this daughter to him, because she is a jewel among the women folk and Baldv is praised all over the world by all. Hence only he deserves to be your son-in-law." Hearing the verdict of Brahma, Prajapati Vaivat descended on the earth and saw that an amazing transformation had taken place in the appearance of people who were now smaller in stature, ugly, dull and devoid of strength. Even his capital Kushasthali had acquired a new appearance and was now known as Dwarkapuri. Vaivat found out Baldv and married his granddaughter Revati to him. But Revati appeared quite large and taller in stature than Baldv because of age difference. Baldv pressed her slightly with anterior part of his plough and she assumed a stature equal to normal women. After marrying Revati to Baldv, Vaivat migrated to the Himalayas.